Hey, what's up guys? Today we are making Cincinnati chili. I don't know if there's a more divisive or controversial recipe in America, but this is definitely a super interesting recipe that I think you gotta try. The biggest question is it or is it not a chili? But if you grew up in the area and you really miss this dish, or if you consider yourself a foodie and you just really wanna try it, this is how you make it at home. It's actually very easy, so. All right, let's make it. All right, Cincinnati chili, my friends. Got my cooking station set up, and as you can see, there's a lot of ingredients sitting here. I mean, I got spices galore, which basically rocks, and all this other amazing stuff. So my normal recipe calls for everything literally goes right into the pot. But there's one optional step that I like to do and I recommend, and that is browning the beef first. You don't have to do this, but browning the beef adds a nice layer of flavor to the dish. So, a little oil first, hello. Got some oil in the pot, a large pot, because you're making a big pot here. And here I have 2 pounds of ground beef. Gonna get some browning on this. You don't have to break it up too much yet. So while this beef is browning, a real quick story of the history of this recipe. It was actually invented or created in the 1920s when 2 brothers from Greece moved to the Cincinnati area, and they wanted to create a dish that Americans would like, but use some of their spices with a mix of some of the local American spices. And they basically created this Cincinnati chili. It's definitely more of a bolognese sauce, but they called it chili. So you can call it a chili or not call it a chili. It's really up to you guys. But you will see that all these flavors come together into something very interesting that you may or may not love, but you have to see for yourself. So, all right, I'm gonna break this apart a little bit. All right, the beef is just a little bit browned here. So next everything's going into the pot. So here I have 4 cups of water. And if you wanna add a little bit more flavor, you can use like a beef stock or even tomato juice. But I'm using water here. And 1 can of tomato sauce into the pot. And I'm gonna use 4 ounces of tomato paste. And I have 1 large onion that has been diced, and several cloves of garlic that are minced. And you can add a lot more garlic if you want. Gorgeous garlic. Give this a stir. All right, now the spices. This is a lot of spices, which is quite amazing. Lots of spice, lots of flavor. So here I have a 1/4 cup of chili powder. And you can use your favorite American blend or a mix of Mexican chilies. Pretty much use your favorite. And I have a tablespoon of salt and a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon cumin, teaspoon of allspice. Allspice in chili. All right, teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of red chili flakes. Cayenne is good here too for some heat. You want some heat, and you can definitely add more of that if you want to. I probably will later. And clove, absolutely clove in chili. I got a 1/2 teaspoon of ground clove and a teaspoon of sugar, optional. And I have 1 ounce of unsweetened chocolate. It's gonna go into the pot, along with 5 bay leaves, whole bay leaves, and a teaspoon and a half of vinegar. And also, don't forget, a few dashes of Worcestershire sauce. I usually like to add a little bit more, but don't go too crazy. All right, now we're gonna mix it all together. I mean, it's kind of a weird mixture of ingredients, isn't it? I mean, even I have to admit, you know, but when you try it later, you're gonna be like, maybe I love it. I really wanna hear what you think, man. I don't know. All right, guys, check it out. I got it all mixed up together. And there's another step. So you're gonna wanna break up a lot of this meat and the overall mix. I just use a potato masher because typically when you have this served at a restaurant, and there's like places in Cincinnati, like Skyline Chili is really the most famous, where they serve this. And lots of people from the Cincinnati area just love Cincinnati chili. It's really like a really fine bolognese that you serve, and you don't want to have too chunky of the chili of the ground beef. All right, just gonna break this apart, and you can always do this a bit later after it thickens. All right, next step, my friends, is we're gonna let it simmer. Bring it to a quick boil, reduce the heat, let it simmer for 2 hours, and everything will thicken up. All the flavors will meld and become this amazing bowl or amazing pot of Cincinnati chili. So, all right, see you in a couple hours. All right, guys, check it out. The Cincinnati chili has been simmering for a couple hours, and it's really reduced and thickened up a bit. It's meant to be a loose chili, but I mean, take a look. Looks good, huh? It's basically a bolognese sauce. All those different spices, it really just makes it totally different. Like, it's chili, but it's not chili. Definitely, you know, a meat sauce. I mean, honestly, I liked it. I think it's very good. It's something that I make here and there in the house. Patties, still on the fence maybe, but it's definitely a dish that I really like, and I'd love to hear what you think. And you could eat it just like this, but that's not really how it's served in Cincinnati. Although you could serve it on top of a hot dog. It's actually really good on a hot dog. But when you want to enjoy your Cincinnati chili, it's served in the ways, really. There's like up to 5 ways that you can order it. So let me set that up and show you what that is. All right, guys, here are all the ways for Cincinnati chili. I got myself a big bowl of steaming pasta. It's spaghetti. So when you order it, you want 2-way. What you're really gonna get is a bowl of spaghetti with the meat sauce spooned over the top. And it's okay to be very generous with this. There's 2-way right there, perfectly acceptable. 3-way is ordering this with the meat sauce and cheese. 4-way is with the cheese on top and onions or kidney beans. And these kidney beans are warmed. They are not cooked in the meat sauce and in the Cincinnati chili. You can put the beans and heat them up and cook them through, and that adds even more flavor to the beans. But that's not how it's traditionally done. And if you do that in Cincinnati, you probably get a little bit in trouble. But I did meet a guy in Florida from Cincinnati, and he says that's how he cooks his. So if you're doing it at home, you do it your way. But 5-way is all of it, the whole shebang. So I got the meat sauce. I've got some kidney beans. I'm just gonna pop them all over here. Lots of beans. And lots of white onion. This is 5-way. Patty says no to the onions. Oh, Patty. I personally would add some chilies here, but I'd get in trouble in Cincinnati. And cheese, you'd be shocked and amazed and happily pleased at the amount of cheese that they put on in Cincinnati. I mean, sometimes you can't even see anything else. It literally looks like a big giant bowl of cheese. But since I have to take a picture of this, I'm not gonna go insane. And I want you to kind of see what it looks like. But that's it, guys. What do you think? Boom, this is Cincinnati chili. You think I can eat this whole bowl? I mean, so anyway, oyster crackers, very commonly served. And a little hot sauce, come on. Hot sauce? Dude, you gotta have hot sauce. Can't wait to dig in. Yes. Big bowl here. Boom. That's where Cincinnati chili really shines, man. Big bowl of pasta with all the ways, all the stuff on it. Love it, man. I think you'll like it too. That is how you make Cincinnati chili, my friends. I'd love to hear what you think of the recipe in the comments below. I'd love to hear what's your favorite way to serve it. So I'm a total 5-way guy. Patty likes it 4-way, no onions. But give me her extra onions. I'm cool with that. But yeah, let me know what you think of the flavor. Love it, hate it. I mean, let the comments begin, right? So hey, if you're looking for more awesome recipes, boom and boom popping up right here. You know the drill. And I definitely hope to see you in the kitchen next time. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. Bye.